guys. I am ASMR. And today, I'm gonna be doing triggers with books, and I'm gonna be showing you guys my book collection that I have. Mostly one author, which she's my favorite author. I've loved her books since high school. So let's get into it. The author is Natasha. Natasha Preston. Natasha Preston. And this book is called The Lost. And for all these books, I'll read the back cover because I don't want to do any spoilers, so I'll just read what the back says. And you'll see. I would put this in the category of like all these books are like psychological thrillers. Alright, ready? I feel the atmosphere change. My back is still to the door, but I hear a loud clang. I stumble back a step and grab Hazel's wrist. What's going on? I mutter. Caleb's voice rips through a speaker. Piper, Hazel, welcome to the game. In Piper's hometown, teenagers keep disappearing, and everyone assumes they're just a bunch of runaways. But when yet another person vanishes, Piper and her best friend Hazel suspect something more sinister is going on. So they decide to investigate, determined to learn the truth. Their search for answers leads them to the source of the missing people and their captors. Piper and Hazel suddenly find themselves locked away in a secluded building in the middle of a privately owned forest. But the building isn't only meant to keep them imprisoned. Every room is a test to see if they can make it out alive, and failure means being lost forever. That's this book. Most of these I read in high school. This is one of the ones I read in high school. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is the next one. It's called The Cellar. The Cellar. And it's also by Natasha Preston. Natasha Preston. Alright, ready? Lily. My stomach dropped as a tall, dark-haired man stepped into view. Had he been hiding between the trees? No, sorry, gulping, I took a step back. I'm not Lily. He shook his head, a satisfied grin on his face. No, you are Lily. I'm Summer. You have the wrong person. You utter freak. I could hear my pulse crashing in my ears. How stupid to give him my real name. He continued to stare at Haunting. Also by Natasha Preston. Okay. Okay. First of all, let me turn this so you can see. So I'm gonna read this and then go to here. Okay. Haunted by the past, terrified of the present. Penny knows she must forget about her ex Nash. Ever since his father was revealed as the brutal serial killer who traumatized their small town last Halloween, Penny's parents have forbidden her to have anything to do with Nash or his family. It's hard not to think of him, but she's trying. That stops when she goes shopping with friends for a costume. What she finds instead is ripped from a horror movie. Someone from school bleeding out on the floor of a dressing room. Stabbed. People are quick to blame Nash and his sister Grace. But as Halloween nears and the body count rises, Penny can't help thinking this is a copycat killer. Is someone no one else suspects. I actually didn't read this one in high school. I got this book later and then I read it. It was really good. Also by Natasha Preston. And I did read this one in high school as well. Okay. They think they're invincible. They think they can do and say whatever they want. They think there are no consequences. They left me no choice. It's time for them to pay for their sins. A weekend party at a remote cabin is just what Mackenzie needs. She can't. Oops. So, it cut off because I ran out of storage, but I deleted some stuff. So, I'm gonna try to do this a little faster because I don't want to run out of time. Anyways, where was I? A weekend partying at a remote cabin is just what Mackenzie needs. She can't wait to let loose with her friends, but a crazy night of fun leaves two of them dead, murdered. With no signs of a forced entry or struggle, suspicion turns to the 5 survivors. Someone isn't telling the truth, and Mackenzie's first mistake, assuming the killing is over. Okay. This one is not by Natasha Preston. This is by Holly Jackson. And it's called Good Girls Guide to Murder. It's also a Netflix series. Don't watch the series. Well, I don't know, but I read the book first, and I was excited to watch the series, and it's not the same as the book, so I was very disappointed, so I didn't even watch it, so yeah. But the book's really good. Okay, let me read it. I don't want it to run out again. This is the story of an investigation turned obsession. Pretty and popular high school senior Addie Bell was murdered by her boyfriend Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now, a senior herself, Pip decides decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project, at first just to cast doubt on the original investigation. But soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent. And the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. Fun fact, me and my husband actually read this one together on our honeymoon when we road tripped around. So he was driving and then I was reading it. Alright. These last 3 books are Natasha Brisman books, of course. But I haven't read them yet. I've had them for a while. I just haven't. One, I started, and then I was reading it with my sister, and then she got too busy, and then I never finished it because I was waiting on her. And now I'm gonna have to read it again because I forgot everything about it. But yeah, and yeah, the other 2 books my sister also had gotten me, and we were gonna read together. It was a Christmas present, but she's really busy. I'm really busy too. But this is the one I had started. Natasha Preston. And this is also a matte cover. The matte cover sounds different than the shiny one. Look at that. That's so pretty. Okay. They said goodbye to their friends and family for the weekend. They weren't counting on forever. Jagged Island, a private amusement park for the very rich or the very influential. Liam, James, Will, Ava, Harper, and Beasley, social media influencers with millions of followers. They have been invited for an exclusive weekend before the park opens. They'll create posts and videos for their channels and report every single of their VIP treatment. When the teens arrive, they're stunned. The resort is even better than they imagined. Their hotel rooms are unreal. The park's themed rides are incredible, and the island is hauntingly beautiful. Their jam-packed schedule seems to cover every moment of their visit, but soon they realize that something's missing. Getting off the island alive. Oh my gosh. I guess I had started reading this one too. I literally have a bookmark on it. Which, actually, I kind of remember reading this one a little bit. I heard this one was really good for my friend Barney. Natasha Preston. Okay. In the heart of the English countryside, Bessie and her closest friends gather at a remote castle for a secret party destined to make this the ultimate spring break. But when the first of them dies, the party takes a lethal turn. As the body count continues to rise, Bessie and her friends must contend with a deadly storm and trust issues brewing among the group, all while entrapped inside with a killer. Set against the backdrop of a sprawling English estate, Natasha Preston's latest thriller will keep you on the edge of your seat until the party's over. Oh my gosh, I did read this one. It was the twin that I didn't read. But I read this one a long time ago. Oh wait. is what. Oh, sorry. Of course, the dress was white. This is what I'm supposed to die in, I thought. Not many people knew what their last outfit would be. I pulled it over my head. It fit me perfectly. It had long, loose-fitting sleeves, a modest neckline, and waves of material on the skirt. I hated it. There were no shoes, and I was afraid I'd have to run through the forest barefoot. But there weren't a lot of options. Besides, I had to run barefoot over a bed of nails to get away. "Scarlet, are you ready?" he called. I looked in the mirror and took a deep breath. Time to fight for my life. Scarlet Garner doesn't remember anything before the age of 4, but a car accident changes everything. She starts to remember pieces of a past that frighten her, a past her parents hid from her, and a secret